Hi, I love lamb, in particular a fantastic French rack of lamb. And the Alliance Group, which are a New Zealand company, 100% owned by New Zealand farmers, have got this beautiful product. And I just love lamb. The sweetness of the lamb and the fat on the lamb is fantastic. So today, I'm cooking French rack of lamb with a beautiful rice crust. And I'm going to be doing that with some fantastic fennel and currant salad and a beautiful pasta puree and a delicious tomato caper jus. You're going to need 4 racks of lamb, 2 teaspoons of flaky Marlborough salt, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, half a cup of short grain arborio rice, and 3 tablespoons of clarified butter. For the parsnip puree, you'll need 3 cups of diced peeled parsnip, 3 tablespoons of butter, a teaspoon of sea salt, and 2 cups of milk. For the fennel and currant salad, 1 large bulb of fennel, 2 tablespoons of currants, 1/4 cup of Italian parsley leaves, half a cup of mint leaves, a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and some sea salt. For the tomato and caper jus, you'll need 1 cup of lamb jus, 3 tablespoons of diced peeled tomato, a tablespoon of tiny salted capers, a tablespoon of diced gherkins, a tablespoon of diced pickled onions, some salt, a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, and a tablespoon of finely sliced parsley. To start off with, we're going to toast off this short grain arborio rice, which comes from Italy. It's normally used for risotto, but when it's toasted in a pan without any oil, just dry toasted, the next step is to take some fresh butter to melt that down and add the peeled and diced parsnip. A little bit of flaky salt in there. Into the parsnip once it's been sweating very gently in butter and salt for about 10 minutes. Add the milk to cover the parsnip and slowly cook that out till it becomes beautiful and soft, and then it will be pureed for the puree to go with the lamb. Next step is to lightly season the lamb on both sides with some flaky salt. I like to use flaky sea salt from Marlborough because of its beautiful flavour and quality. The next step is to seal the French rack of lamb in a lovely hot frying pan. And first of all, take the rack and put it on what I call the presentation side down first. Turn it over and brown the other side as well. What that's going to do is deliver really wonderful flavour. The wonderful thing about the lamb in New Zealand is, with Alliance, the farmers allow free-range farming techniques. It's natural, the animal's allowed to run free-range, and the flavour that you get from this, I think, is far superior. We just take that out and allow it to cool down for a minute before we go ahead and put the crust on. Bring the rice over and put it into a mortar and pestle. And I like to crush a little bit at a time. So you need to grind the rice till it's nice and fine and resembles fresh breadcrumbs. The next step is to take the rack of lamb, brush it with some Dijon mustard, smooth Dijon mustard, and then take the rack and just dip it in to that beautiful, toasty rice crust. That goes into an oven and gets roasted at 170 degrees for about 8 to 12 minutes. So for the fennel and herb salad, you're going to need a fennel bulb. So for the raw salad, you need to cut the fennel nice and thin, just in strips like so. And that's going to be mixed with some beautiful mint and Italian parsley. These leaves can just be torn. We need a few of the port-soaked currants. Again, this is going to give the dish a little bit of sweetness. A few of those in there, a little bit of lemon juice, some extra virgin olive oil, and that's the salad ready to go. And with the lamb, we're going to serve an old-style sauce charcutière. We've got our rich lamb jus, and to that we're going to add some of the capers, parsley, and pickled onion. The fresh chopped tomato. And finally, a little bit of freshly chopped parsley. Last but not least, a grind of fresh black pepper. So here's the parsnip, which has been cooking for about 20 minutes. The next step with that is to drain it off, put the parsnip into a blender and blend it till it's super smooth. But what we're looking for is a rich, creamy, wonderful parsnip puree, which will go fantastically with the lamb. The rack of lamb comes out of the oven. What I like to do is let it rest before I slice it. So we're going to take parsnip puree. The next step is to put on the rack of lamb. The fennel, currant salad. And then we finish off with the old-fashioned sauce charcutière, the butcher's sauce. And there you have it, a wonderful Frenched rack of lamb with a crust of rice and Dijon mustard, parsnip puree, a fennel and currant salad, and a beautiful butcher's sauce with capers and tomato. If you want to try this at home, go to the website foodtv.co.uk. I hope you enjoy that lamb.